Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to know something very clearly. The Steele dossier was raw intelligence. We had no idea if Trumpy enjoyed certain types of showers. We had no idea at all, and we had to investigate. We had to investigate because we were given intelligence, not evidence, but intelligence in the form of a dossier, not napkins or pieces of paper compiled together that showed Bill Clinton's most wild fantasies. We were given this dossier purchased by a certain Madam Secretary, and we had to investigate. Our country was under the most maniacal type of infiltration. The DNC emails were infiltrated by the Russians, the Ruskies. And now William Barr and Durham are trying to say that I did something that wasn't above board. Well, I'll have you know, I was only looking out for the good of the country. Just like when I, unlawfully surveilled Dianne Feinstein's Senate report on what the Bush administration was doing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you. You give me not just every incentive to rock these live streams, but I'm humbled by the super chat support and also by the Patreon support. Thank you very much, everyone. I know that this is a very difficult time for everybody. And if you're supporting my voice, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you. John Durham investigation intensifies focus on the brilliant and talented and wonderful John O'Brien. April 3rd, 2020. U.S. Attorney John Durham's review of the Russia investigation is putting increased scrutiny on Brennan, searching for any undue influence they may have had during the 2017's intelligence community assessment of Russian interference. Durham, selected by Attorney General William Barr last year to lead this inquiry, drove to Washington, D.C. Wow. Drove to Washington, D.C. in March to ensure the investigation stayed on track during the crisis. The top Connecticut federal prosecutor is looking into highly sensitive issues. I love the charade, like, gosh, we just don't know if they really set up Trump, or it could be, it's a possibility, but I couldn't imagine Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brandon, I couldn't imagine them all trying to do something that wasn't lawful. The top Connecticut prosecutor is looking into highly sensitive issues, including whether Brennan took politicized action to pressure the rest of the intelligence community to match his conclusions about Russian President Vladimir Putin. Ugh, boo, Putin, bad. Putin. Motivations. To match his conclusions about Russian President Vladimir Putin's motivations, according to sources cited by the Wall Street Journal. Officials said Durham has been interviewing Brennan's officials. Wow. This year, zeroing in on the National Intelligence Council, a center within the Office of Director of National Intelligence, which oversaw the collaboration between all the agencies and the National Security Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way Durham is working. This is what Durham has to do. Okay? If he can do this, he will indict everyone involved. If he cannot do this, he will not indict. Now, this is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. If he can show discrepancies between people's behavior and what they say under oath, in addition to just pointing out the absurd nature of the Russia probe, then in the context of existing laws. So Democrats always, they live behind the notion, the paradigm of plausible deniability. Well, it's plausible. It's plausible. You can't prove it. And with Trump, it's, of course he withheld military assistance. He was going after Biden. No one believes that Biden's a good candidate. No one believes that Trump worked with Russia. No one believes that the DNC emails caused Clinton to lose the election. Very few people believe that, okay? Very few people believe that. They don't care because the average Democratic voter, if you give them any, leeway or out, or you give them any reason to believe that it wasn't their political side, something they lost, not because they were horrendous. They lost because of interference. Todd Rubel! I went into Target today with a bandana around my face. I felt like I started to yell, TP is my right in the self-checkout. I went to a wonderful supermarket today, and James C. I do not like. I don't want it to. James C. I'm on record, even debating one of the people who was a part of it, and completely shutting him down. Do not believe any message boards ever. That's my official position. Todd Rubel. I too went to a really wonderful supermarket today, and I saw people wearing, bandanas, and I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing that. If it's voluntary, I ain't doing it. I mean, it's 6 feet, fine, but I want to know the person, Todd, and everybody here. I want to know the person who's like, my name is H. How you doing? Where's this person? Where is the person before this crisis that would invade your personal space, while you're trying to put a bunch of tomatoes in the little plastic bag at the supermarket? I want to know where this person was, because I've lived my entire life in Los Angeles. I lived in other places too, but my entire life in Los Angeles, and I want to know, the person that goes up to you, whispers in your ear, coughs in your face. I want to know this person that doesn't respect your privacy, because I want to know the person that doesn't wash their hands. Who are you? I have to hear this. Wash your hands. Yeah, I know. We learned this in kindergarten. You need to wash your hands. Everyone knows this. Todd Rubel, thank you. Everyone knows you need to wash your hands. Thank you, James C. Thank you, James. Thank you for always watching. James C. Thank you. I learned this, ladies and gentlemen, in kindergarten. You wash your hands. You don't cough up on people. You don't go up on people. Hey, you mind if I excuse me while you're getting those onions? Can I just get one onion from your bag? No, you cannot get an onion from my bag. Freakazoid. I've never experienced that. It's always been even throughout all of this, before this crisis, if you're in the supermarket, you keep at least 3 feet of distance from. You don't tailgate the other person. Gotta get to the frozen pizza aisle. Frozen food. You don't tailgate, even when you're waiting in the checkout line. You wait. Very rarely, okay, if the person's paying, then maybe you're 3-4 feet away. You just put your stuff on the thing. The person's about to leave. You don't. Where are these individuals? I got to hear this stuff now. Ronald Foos. So, anyway, my point is, Todd Rubel, we have already, in society, we know not to do the things that are, like when people are telling us, wash your hands. Yeah, we've always washed our hands. At least I have. I'm sure that my viewers have. I can't be sure about MSNBC and CNN viewers, but I can tell you, the people who watch H.A. Goodman always wash their hands. After the bathroom, before eating, when they get into their house. Generally, you're always washing your hands when you get home, right? Okay, I am too. That happened way before the crisis. When you leave the gym, when you go out, when you come home, you wash your hands. And maybe wash your face. How is this news to people? I don't understand this. So it's like, hold on. I don't sniff hair and lie anymore. Yawn Sun Long, exactly. Todd Rubel, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, don't wipe. Oh my God, Todd Rubel. I just want to know, like, Todd Rubel, thank you. Where are the people who are the people that existed in society that needed this kind of advice from the higher ups? I always knew this. We always knew this. It's almost like if you lived life normally before 2016, from 2016 to 2020, everything is in overdrive. Everything is in hyperdrive. Everything is now everything is politicized. Politics to liberals primarily have taken the place of religion. So now, instead of televangelists, we have people who tell you, things you always knew. Wash your hands. Bigotry is bad. We know all of these things. We don't need to hear this from today's new televangelists. Then we have this bizarre, Trump might have worked with Russia, and then we have to impeach him because he withheld military assistance. These are not national security issues, because it was Clinton who purchased the Steele dossier. The Steele dossier, there's a Vanity Fair article that talks about a Russian intelligence officer being part of the Steele dossier. She purchased a document that was in part created by a Russian intelligence officer, if you believe the nonsense. Then the rebuttal is, well, there's no evidence that she knew. Well, these are the same people who say Trump definitely withheld military assistance. And I waited 14 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, pretty good. 14 minutes in. You know very well, everybody. You know very well that Clinton is going to be nominee. We all know this. And when it happens, I will have made the biggest political prediction of all time. Shout out, by the way, to Styx for bringing up the current crisis months before. Media even spoke even a little bit about it. I talked about that in my last upload. Major props to Styx for bringing up the current crisis. Like, I think he was talking about it like in late 2019. He was talking about it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Major props. The 2017 assessment concluded with high confidence that Putin, quote, ordered an influence campaign in 2016, and Russia worked to undermine public faith. We didn't have public faith in U.S. democracy. Nobody had public faith in U.S. democracy. Nobody had it. You get these things. He wants to undermine our institutions. Our institutions were already undermined. Nobody has public faith. The public faith did not exist. So, Bernie Sanders, if you say a derogatory word to Deborah about Deborah Wasserman, you'll have me to contend with. We had no public faith in the institutions that always get caught with their pants down. Trumpinator! Madam Miller even washes her emails. That's good. Acid, that's right. Acid washed. Bleached. That's right. That's right. So, it's like, let's just continue. The Trump assessment concluded with high confidence that Putin ordered an influence campaign in 2016, and Russia worked to undermine public faith in U.S. democracy, denigrate former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and harm her electability and potential presidency, and develop a clear preference for Trump. This is all nonsense. If anything, they were anti-Trump ads also. There was one Hollywood celebrity who actually went to a protest against Trump that apparently Russian intelligence helped write in an email. So even the Facebook vice president of Facebook was like, yeah, nobody saw the emails and they were just to sow division. The whole concept of sowing division. If somebody were to tell me, oh yeah, this person said this, there are people I know in my life I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to believe it. I don't care. I'm not going to believe what you say. So whatever. The fact that we learned from the DNC emails that forced Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign, the fact that we learned that Bernie Sanders was cheated, that fact, it overshadows who told us. So if you want to believe that Russia told us, I don't really care. They're only highly confident anyway. They're not certain. And because they're not certain, I don't really care. If they're highly confident that another country infiltrated a political campaign and informed us of all the corruption within that political campaign, I'm focusing first on the corruption of the campaign. So, there's no way, by the way, they would much rather have Clinton in office than Trump. Much rather. DNC, Clinton campaign, Clinton Foundation, congressional Democrats, all apparently hacked by Russia. Russia apparently has the passwords or the ability to infiltrate everything associated with the Democratic Party. Everything associated with the Democratic Party. So you mean to tell me that Russia is so afraid of Trump? I mean, of Hillary? Why? Why would you be afraid? Look, the intelligence community. Do you see the Treasury Department or the just pick? Do you see anyone in the Pentagon saying that, oh well, we think that this politician is wrong? Nobody in the Pentagon is saying that. Nobody in the intelligence community should give their opinion on anything to any press, any journalist, to anyone. They should be not even seen, definitely not heard. They should be even more hidden than a referee in football. You don't want to know the referee's name. You don't want to know the umpire's name in baseball, because then it's a bad call or it's a controversial call, and then you have to just do your job. I don't really care what any of these intelligence. This is the whole thing. Trump won, and so they're looking at authority figures, and they're saying, oh my goodness, Arya Lee, thank you, Arya, thank you for the kind words, thank you. They're saying, well, look what Trump is doing, and all the smartest people disagree with him. All the smartest people disagree with Trump, and, he only won because he worked with Russia. It's like, oh my goodness, like, what kind of imbecile believes this? You had to, like... You have to really look at somebody and say, wow, okay, you think that Trump worked with Russia. There's no evidence at all, yet they started an investigation into Trump, into President Trump, based on documents that were purchased by his direct political rival. That's the issue. James, yeah, you know what? It's interesting. It became Conor McGregor versus Ferguson. Now I think it's back to Khabib versus Ferguson, right? If I'm wrong, or is it Conor McGregor versus Ferguson? I'm not sure, but I think it's back to Khabib versus Ferguson. I think that it's back now. I believe. I'm not sure. But let's continue. A 2017 assessment concluded with high confidence that Putin ordered an influence campaign in 2016 and Russia worked to undermine public faith in U.S. democracy, denigrate former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and harm her electability and potential presidency, and developed a clear preference for Trump. By the way, the DNC is a private entity. The lawsuit waged by Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, and Nico House, three very courageous individuals, against the DNC. The DNC lawyers said we're a public, it's back on. We're a private entity. If you're a private entity, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a private entity, then how are you national security? How are you national security? Deplorable Dave, exactly. Hillary Clinton will be the nominee. But how is it national security if a private entity gets hacked by another country? I want to know this. They should never have impeached Trump based on policy differences. They should never have investigated Trump based on a dossier purchased by Clinton or based on reports that were moderately to highly confident. They outsourced everything to do with Trump Russia. Then they should never have started a special counsel based on the disgruntled recollection, the memos. Then they're like, memorialize. We're going to memorialize this in memos. The Comey memos. James Comey, he has the goods on Clinton. He has the goods on all of them. That's why you see James Comey so smug. Don't think that Comey won't turn on the Democratic Party and Clinton and all of them. James Comey is probably, he thinks he's sitting pretty, but James Comey is probably the most, not just conniving, he's the most strategic of all of the people involved. Comey wrote the letter that said that, there was classified intel. We have to investigate Clinton's, Abedin's laptop or her husband's laptop. Don't think that Comey knows exactly what he needs to circumvent any of the... When the heat gets a little bit too hot, he'll give Durham exactly what he needs. All Durham needs is he needs discrepancies. Discrepancies from testimony under oath and protocol. And you have to understand it. It's not just, well, we just did this and that, and gosh, we were just... All of this is 18 U.S. Code 371, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote about this in The Federalist. 18 U.S. Code 371. When you defraud the United States government, when you engage in behavior that is against the stated purpose of the mission statements within these agencies. Okay, so James Comey and Brennan and Clapper and Strzok and McCabe and all of them do not work for... The government does not exist to set up and frame political rivals within the government. That's not why we have these intelligence agencies. Luke St. Martin, hello. Aircage 526, hello. We do not have an intelligence community to surveil candidates or citizens. We have an intelligence community to look at other countries and see what information we could derive from adversaries in other countries. Not this country, other countries. If you are an American citizen, you are protected under the Bill of Rights. Unless maybe you live in a democratic state, and then it's different. But if you're an American citizen, you're protected under the Bill of Rights. Okay? Washington, Jefferson, Adams, Hamilton, all of these, the founding fathers would not be happy with Comey or McCabe or Strzok or Brennan or all of them. And so John Durham has to, it's very simple. It's very simple. You just look at U.S. Code 371. 18 U.S. Code 371. You cannot deceive FISA judges. That's what they did. They say it was an error. Well, that's how you ask anyone in prison. They say, I didn't mean to do it. Or, you know what? I happened to park near the bank. And then I saw people coming and running into my car with money. And then I drove away. I had you can't prove that I didn't drive away, and I knew 100% that people with money were jumping into my car and asking. It's called the getaway car. You already know. You can't prove that. Oh, yes, we can. 18 U.S. Code 371. If you defraud what the stated purpose of what any agency exists for, what their mission statement is, that's a federal crime. He just has to prove that these agencies and these government organizations were utilized against President Trump. That's it. You already know, ladies and gentlemen, the bias. Look, Durham's job is easy. It's the political will. Once Clinton loses again, she will lose. Now, she could win. Don't get me started. Like, Durham is fine. We got to this. Durham is there. He just went to Washington, flew to Washington, D.C., because they're intensifying the probe against Brennan. The overall picture is this. Okay, look. If you're the head coach of a football team, if you're the quarterback of a football team, and you have the best receiver in football, the best running back in football, the best offensive line in football, the best defense in football, and what you consider to be a junior college comes to your stadium in the snow, a blizzard, hail like the size of golf balls, and they beat you by 3 points. A junior college that you think is, you think this team is a junior college. Let's say it is a junior college, and you have the best defense, best running back, best quarterback, best O-line, best coach in the NFL, and you lose by 3 points to a junior college team. It's the coldest day on record. It's the most vicious blizzard that's ever happened in that city. What are you going to say? Are you going to say let's go at it again, or are you going to say, you know what, let's go ahead and put the team in charge. Let's put Biden in charge of the team. You're going to say, that was an anomaly. We have to do this over. Clinton is going to do this over. All of this is for Hillary Clinton. Every single evaluation of the Democratic Party must be done through the vantage point of who controls the Democratic Party. Two people run the Democratic Party. It's not a political party. It is a machine run by two people. It's run by me and my wife. Let me tell you something. You know, what they did to me was so wrong. I mean, that when I was in the Oval Office, oh my goodness, we were talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles, not the Intercontinental Championship of the World, which was first won by Rowdy Piper, and then the Macho Man Randy Savage, and then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Actually, I think Ricky Steamboat was the first champion, and then the Macho Man won, and then I think Rowdy Piper won. If you go back in history, but anyway, we were talking about Tito Santana. That's right. Tito Santana won also. But we were talking about, what were we talking? Oh yeah, I was in the Oval Office, and we were talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles. And I said, my goodness, you know, they gave me a big paper mache missile. And I said, where was that thing? And we didn't have a prop. And I said, well, I have my own paper mache missile, if you know what I mean. And then, oh my goodness, went from Watergate or Whitewater to Blue Dress. And I don't even know. But it's okay. We got him back with Kavanaugh and with Trump. And we're going to win again. I'm going to be back in the Oval Office again. You just watch. You just watch. I'm going to be back again in the Oval Office. Imagine me. Oh, with nothing to do. Oh, my goodness. Good times are ahead. They're going back again, people. Do you think they're not going to go back again? Do you think Trumpinator? Clinton's. Trumpinator! Trumpinator, hello. Thank you. Lead Star Dude, thank you. Do you think they're not going to go back again? Clinton is going to be... I am the only person in all of YouTube and in all of media. To give you the reality of the situation. The reality, ladies and gentlemen, is that Clinton is going to be the nominee. And then, and I respect Hillary Clinton more than Bernie Sanders. I'll tell you why. Aria Lee! I love your impersonations. Thank you, Aria. Thank you for always watching. Aria, thank you so very, very much. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Flying Fox Fruits. Guess who's back like RC? Forever. Here to throw down for H. We up and in it to win it. If you Trump 2020, then you go hard for HSC to win DNC dollar sale. Yes. Flying Fox Fruits, you said it better than me. Ah, that's good coffee. That's good cold brewed. It's actually the espresso Kona blend. Nice. Good coffee. Flying Fox Fruits, Flying Fox Fruits, Flying Fox Fruits. Saying Flying Fox Fruits many times is like good luck. It's like the opposite as if you said Beetlejuice. And if you say Madam Secretary 3 times, you get a Clinton presidency. If you say Madam Secretary 3 times, you will get a Hillary Clinton presidency. Okay? If you type it 3 times, you're going to get a Clinton presidency. Okay? I don't create these things. They just exist. If you write Madam Secretary 3 times, you're going to get a Clinton presidency. Just letting you know. Okay? Just letting you know. Don't put that. I'm laughing. Don't call SEAL Team 6. Just letting you know, everyone. That's what's going to happen. Okay? So, just letting you know. Okay? Agent Pepsi won! Most Democrats are... That's true. James, no, it's the curse is Madam Secretary 3 times. Then you'll get a Clinton presidency. Madam Secretary. I'll just hold off on the 3rd. But if I hear one more person say that Clinton's not going to be nominee, then I'll have to just fulfill the prophecy. Don't want to do it, but I'll have to. Okay? Don't push me. Don't push me to do it. don't say it. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is. I found a new... I actually, ladies and gentlemen, developed a... I developed a routine to explain how people with derangement issues debate, vent. I might just do it. Check out after this segment H.A. Goodman's other channel. What happens when they get into their frenzy, their maniacal, rabid, frothing at the mouth, hysterical frenzy, talking about Trump. They go from, like, let's say you were to be like, Trump's a good president. He's a good president. He's a good president. Then they start seeing white. They blank out. And then it goes to making up things that Trump never said. And then it goes to making up things that Trump never said, and then yelling about and screaming about and pontificating about the things he never said. So, for example, you can be like, you could just be like, he's a great president. He's a great president. He's a great president. He wants all Democrats to jump off a cliff. And then they'll just go on and on. And you want people to jump off a cliff? It's very bizarre. I saw it the other day. I've seen it a lot, by the way. The hold that derangement issues have on people is so strong. They're going to be begging for Madam Secretary. You understand how much I admire Hillary Clinton? And I'll tell you why. I'm voting for President Trump. Love President Trump. You want to know who my second favorite politician is? Huh? It's not Bernie Sanders. Not. I want honesty. I don't want, oh, you know what? Joe Biden's my friend. Let me tell you about my best friend. We go and hang out together, Joe Biden and me. He's my best friend. Burisma? Nah, why would I bring it up? Hunter in the club? No. In the club? No. Why would I bring it up? No. You think I'm trying to fight the 1%? No. You know what? I have a trouble. I'm tired of her emails. Huh? You love me now? Well, as Elizabeth Warren and AOC abandon ship, if he wanted to actually do anything against the 1%, go up against the 1%, he would have joined the Green Party. But that's another Green Party. Nah, I'm not going to get that wonderful press that I so enjoy. The same press telling me to please drop out, actually forcing me to drop out. The other day, Biden's like, "Yo, we're going to go ahead, hit them all, pick my new VP." My second favorite politician, because of the honesty and the treachery, is Hillary Clinton. AM PM 13. No, Ted, I have the AM PM 13 and the LMNOR 47. My second favorite politician is Hillary Clinton. She is fantastic in so many ways, especially her honesty. Nobody is more honest in terms of being a megalomaniacal person and couple with Bill, who just will do anything for endless political influence and political power. Not seen. You can put Attila the Hun and not since Joan of Arc have we seen an individual more selfless than Madam Secretary, suffering for us. And when Clinton becomes nominee, it is going to vindicate everything I have ever said. I am the only person. Let everyone know this, ladies and gentlemen. When it happens, it'll be the MC Breed election. Ain't no future in your front. The only political side that fronts, that pretends, is the Democratic Party. But when it happens, I will have been the only person on planet Earth saying that Clinton will be the nominee. She's the only chance that they have. Aside from saying Madam Secretary 3 times, if you say Madam Secretary 3 times, if you write it, then Clinton will become president. Sorry, those are just the rules. But I'm the only person who will have accurately, not forget about the prediction. Now it's like prophecy. We've gone into prophecy mode now. President Trump will win again. But the only thing that could change the future is if people say, "Oh my God, Trump is going to win in a landslide," then people don't vote. That Florida is going to be the key. If you live in Florida, you have to vote. You have to tell. If you live in Florida, you need to tell 20 people to vote Trump. You need to tell 20 people, and those 20 people have to tell 20 people. Florida is going to be Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, mainly Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Florida. That's it. The election is going to be those states. The election is going to be those states. Flying Fox Fruits! Wish you could hear me rant about HRC with you, though, HA. Flying Fox Fruits! Thank you, Flying Fox Fruits. Thank you. So we have now, I mean, if you look at, it's already, ladies and gentlemen, it's already, like on social media, it's kind of hilarious. I don't have Twitter. I do not have Twitter. I don't have Facebook. Tell everyone, I don't. But President Trump said he wants the NFL to start on time. May is going to be a return to normal. June is going to be a real return to normal. But here, if you look, let's just look at, oh, nice! President Trump retweeted Joe Rogan's segment, Ryan Savrita, of how he would vote for, how Joe Rogan would vote for President Trump over Biden. I love it. So he's a Bernie supporter. He's voting for Bernie. He would want to vote for Bernie, but they're going to cheat Bernie, and Bernie Sanders doesn't even want. Bernie Sanders is essentially a tool of the Democratic Party, just funneling votes back into the Democratic Party. But Joe Rogan's fantastic. Love Joe Rogan. And he's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And he said that he would vote for President Trump over Biden. And now the left is like completely melting down in righteous indignation, which is hilarious. Joe Rogan on the 2020 election, this is the real issue of the Democratic Party. They've essentially made us all morons in this thing with Joe Biden. I'd rather vote for Trump than I think he can handle anything. I don't think he can handle anything. And he's speaking, by the way, like a hardcore liberal, which is great. And then this is President Trump three times. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, tell everyone you know. Now it's like time to bring on the heat. Don't say Hillary Clinton 3 times in a row. Don't say Madam Secretary 3 times in a row. Because then that's a Clinton presidency. Obviously, I'm joking, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, that's not true. It's satire. I'm just messing around. But don't do it. Okay? It's satire. This is ridiculous. But why take a chance, really? Why take a chance? Why say, Madam Secretary? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I won't put you through that. But ladies and gentlemen, Clinton is going to be nominee. She has a 10% chance of winning. Okay? I'm telling you, Hillary Clinton could be the president of the United States of America. I'm serious. I'm trying to tell you something. If you do not vote, this is the most important election of our lifetime, by far. Clinton is actually closer than you think to becoming president because you don't know what the next media obsession is. And this time they're actually going to be focused on the Electoral College. So I don't say close to becoming president, but I should say the possibility is definitely there. And I would just tell you, please vote for President Trump, because if you don't, Madam Secretary will be I'm looking at Nolly Fandom. Paul Browning! Paul! Who is a legend you are, sir. Thank you so very much, Paul. Thank you so very much, Paul Browning. Thank you very, very, very much. Paul, greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, sir. And your support in this time period is just greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. It's going to be amazing, Paul. Please be here. Please be here in November when President Trump wins. He's going to win. But I can't stress that there is the chance that if people do not vote for President Trump, then you will have a Clinton presidency. But Paul, thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Mitchell Smith! Mitchell Smith! Trump banner signs and the bumper stickers everywhere in Southwest Ohio. Nice. Nice. Freaking awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Mitchell Smith. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. I like that. Paul Browning, thank you. Thank you, Paul. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Mitchell Smith. Mitchell Smith. Yeah, the interesting thing with Trump's support for President Trump, the media has made it so that you cannot support Trump. I was reading an Atlantic article right after the election, and it was only 52%. What was it? For people who thought the economy was most important, most voted for Clinton. So obviously, the economy wasn't important to Trump voters. It's like, oh my God. No. Just because on a piece of paper someone put that their most important issue was the economy, so therefore you couldn't have voted for Trump because of the economy. Maybe it was foreign policy and economy. Maybe it was, and also the funny thing is like, a lot of the people who voted Trump were not represented in these polls, these surveys. There are people who work every day who do not answer the telephone or don't take time on the internet. There are people who work every day. And, when was the last time you answered a survey on the phone? On a landline. Do you have a landline? Okay. So, I mean, it's interesting. Like, they look at data and they spin numbers. They don't look at numbers and data and say, well, I'm going to look at this without my political viewpoint messing it up. They say, well, I mean, obviously, look at the majority of people who were polled said the majority of people who said the economy was most important to them voted for Clinton. Therefore, Trump supporters did not vote for the economy. It's like, no, there are people who of different demographics, of all backgrounds, but perhaps of different income levels, of all backgrounds, who said, you know what, I'm not going to vote for Clinton. Those same people will do the same thing. Clinton is the only chance Madam Secretary has is if Trump voters do not vote. The biggest problem is going to be, and I will tell you this when Clinton becomes nominee again, I will be the first person to also tell you that Clinton could become president. Because the polls are going to show her up over Trump. And you're going to hear, you know what? If you don't vote for Hillary and you like what's going on? You like what's going on? Oh, so you like what's going on? Paul Browning, thank you again, Paul. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Paul Browning, thank you. Thank you, sir. I missed the super chat. Eric H526, thank you. Did I miss a super chat? You know what? I can't. I don't know why I can't. I missed a super chat from Flying Fox Fruits. HRC will be apparent by April 15, 2020. Hopefully soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Thank you, Flying Fox Fruits. Wonderful cold brewed coffee. Paradise in a bottle, yes. Thank you. So, Flying Fox Fruits, thank you. So, I love Hillary Clinton. Just tell everybody I think that she's fantastic. In the same way that Darth Vader is fantastic, that Cobra Commander is fantastic, that Destro is fantastic, that, wait, who is He-Man's villain? Wait, He-Man versus Skeletor. Yeah. Oh, no, that's Pelosi. He-Man. That's can I tell you something? Growing up with those cartoons, and Eric H526, I know you're into gaming and can I tell you something? The graphics were obviously not good. If you look at 80s cartoons, the graphics are not like G.I. Joe but to me, because I grew up with it, the graphics are like state of the art. not I know that there are better graphics, but because I grew up with this, it's like when I look at it, it's actually state of the art. Same when I listen to like if I'm going to put on an old Walkman and I listen to the music just from the cassette, the music is fine to me. If you were to give a Walkman to a 19-year-old today, they'd be like, "What is this horrible sounding?" I mean, I can hear it, but it's horrible. But if you gave me a Walkman, if you gave me in my early 40s, if you gave me a Walkman, I'd be like, "This is great sound. The sound's fantastic," because I grew up with it. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Yes, cassettes have better drum sounds than CDs. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I mean, I would listen to Michael Jackson's Thriller and Michael Jackson's Beat It on cassette until the batteries went out, and you can hear and just beat it. It's like it would just like it's kind of funny. The song just like it just it slows down to where they don't like. There's no more energy in the song because there are no more batteries left. I don't know. A lot of things were better back in the day, even though they weren't better from a performance perspective. But to be able to hold a CD, to hold a cassette, is better, because if you just download everything, you're not really holding it. I remember waiting in line for going to Tower Records with my friends for their musical artists they like, and waiting in line for the album to come out. Flying Fox Fruits, watch G.I. Joe Trial of Cobra cartoon. Sketchy bro. That's, you know what? It is sketchy. Man, they totally did a number on Cobra Commander. That's right. Flying Fox Fruits, sketchy bro. That's right. That's right. I think I have that. I think I have that CD. If you, I have there's this great old record store that when Fake Apocalypse ends, I can go back to. That has like all the old DVDs. It's awesome. It's awesome. Let's see. Hashtag I'm with her. She tried to warn us. That's the best part of all this. She tried to warn us. Do you think President Trump should be held accountable for the way he handled, like, the current crisis? What has he done wrong? What has he done wrong? Every step of the way, Democrats were like, and then he's like, well, he downplayed it. He at least brought it up. Nobody. New York is hardest hit, and where's New York? Like, nobody even brought it up. Bombastic Bushkin, yes. Bombastic Bushkin, yes. Yeah. No, it's definitely a different world today than even it was 20 years ago. Even when it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago was 2000. Can you believe that? 2000 seems like yesterday, in a way. 30 years ago was 1990. That's very bizarre. That's very bizarre. Flying Fox Fruits. AJ, the writer of the episode, met demise. Really? Oh my God. Really? Flying Fox Fruits. Oh my God. Those were the days in the early 90s, late 80s, where not me, but you heard of people getting cable by simply going and removing a certain metal contraption from the cable in the sidewalk. You would just literally open up the sidewalk. There's like a little, not that I know. I didn't do anything like that. I would never do anything like that. Ever. There were other people who perhaps did those types of things where you would open up the little sidewalk, a little opening for the cable, and then you just remove this piece of metal that connected the cable company's cable to your cable, which is hilarious. It took like a second, according to people who had done those things, not me. I would never do that. And then reconnected, then you had cable. This was in California. I never did that, but I'm just saying. So, why would anyone do that? I think that's tacky. Come on, people, you know the deal. But you know the deal, man. Come on, people, now. And guess what? Now they're talking about the centennial of the 19th Amendment, just like I said. The centennial of the 19th Amendment, ladies and gentlemen. My God. We really need you, President, in our lives. Madam Secretary, I'm with her. Yeah, these are people telling you. Yes. But her emails, I'm still with her. Yes. Nobody loves Hillary more than me. Yes. Vindicates everything I've ever said. Clinton campaign people, if the very few who are smart enough to even watch any of my segments, sooner than later, ladies and gentlemen, sooner, have Madam Secretary put in one of those in just a couple of days. Gosh, I'd love to run. Come on. People want They want Madam Secretary. I told you. Did I not tell you in 2017? It will be. It is the biggest political call. Let's just don't say will. It is the biggest political call of all time because it's already happening. Oh my goodness. Go type in hashtag I'm still with her. Just do it. Hashtag I'm still with her. Mitchell Smith. Mr. President, why are you calling it because it came from Fantastic answer. I laughed so hard. Exactly. They don't get it. They don't get it. Mitchell Smith, they don't understand it. Nice. Flying Fox Fruits. Nice. Flying Fox Fruits. All right. Oh, Lord. I accidentally pressed something. Undo. Let me undo that. Sorry. Oh, my God. Sorry. I accidentally pressed something that I didn't mean to press. Okay, hold on. I don't know what I pressed, but I pressed something. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah. Spider Bip. I accidentally was looking at something and pressed something, but now it's okay. Sorry about that. Just press something. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people had mechanical pencils and would take them apart in class? I had, in classes that I thought were boring, I had these mechanical pencils and would just take them apart, or pens. Take them apart, put them back together, take them apart, put them back together, take them apart, put them back together, take them apart, put them back together. Take them apart, put them back together. That's, that's what I would do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very much. Mitchell Smith, thank you. Paul Browning, sir, thank you so very, very much, sir. Have a fantastic, God bless you, and God bless everybody here. Be safe. Paul, thank you. Mitchell Smith, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Thanks, everybody. I will be back. Let's see. I might not do a live stream, or I might do a live stream. I might do a live stream at 11 p.m. Pacific time. 11 p.m. Pacific time. So be here at 11 p.m. Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, you're amazing. Just to support my voice during this tough time means a great deal. People, it will be a catharsis for me and hopefully for you to enjoy these live streams and to enjoy these uploads on H.A. Goodman and H.A. Goodman's other channel from now until past November, because the political situation's heating up. The charade is slowly dissipating into the reality of the treachery. The conniving nature of the wonderful and amazing political party. Well, they're going with one candidate. They always were since the moment Madam Secretary lost. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you at 11 p.m. this evening. Thanks, everybody.